Hello everyone, it's Leo and it's time to talk about episode 6 from Kimito Idol PreCure. And I truly believe we are witnessing history being made in front of our eyes. What a season, what a ride Kimito Idol is being so far. Everything feels really incredible, and this episode just proved how strong this is. Narrative-wise, visual-wise, everything is super on point. And I feel like Kokuro is gonna win our hearts over because this episode, it delivered in every single aspect. So let's talk about it. The episode starts with Kokuro dancing, and the animation of that dance in that first moment, it really impressed me because it was really good. And it was just a simple dance, but they already gave it their all. It just feels like they give it their all to this episode, which is going to continue on the next one. And I really hope that I'm sure it's going to be up there just like this one. And after this dance scene, we have a scene of Kokuro getting home. We see her mom, a businesswoman, very posh. And then we see her grandparents, very cute, supporting her. And then we see her room full of merchandise that she created, and we could see that she was the one who created for both Kyoa Idol and Kyoa Wink. She has some huge acrylics. Honey, where did she get them? They are so huge. They are way bigger than the regular acrylics we get for the seasons regularly. I mean, Wonderful had huge acrylics at the end of the season, but I think that was the only season that got them. I'm not talking about those big acrylic boards. And we see a picture of her dad. Unfortunately, it seems that her dad is deceased at the start of the show. And she says goodbye to him, and then she goes to school. And then we see our girls coming to school, and they see Kokuro singing the Kyoa Idol song. And it's very funny because there were lots of moments in which Uta almost showcased her identity to the world, but Nana was there. I like that Nana is the one that's pulling her back to reality most times. And I just loved the interaction. I love the expressions. I love how full of life the dialogues and the interactions are. And that moment just proved it. You could really feel Kokoro's passion. She couldn't even hide it inside. And at the same time, you could see how happy the girls were. Like when Mikoto was talking about the research club that is now Kyoa Idol and Kyoa Wink Research Club, Nana was blushing a little bit. And Uta, she already knows that she is popular as Kyoa Idol. But sometimes she can't hide it. She can't keep it inside. It is so good. It just oozes personality. This season just oozes personality in every single corner, in every single detail. And there are so many details in this episode. And so Kokoro is all proud of her role as the president of the research club. So she is there, ready to showcase her work in this, and she gives them the flyer, and they're excited, but Purirun is more excited. Because, the girls, they are the idols. They already, personify it. But Purirun is excited. Purirun wants to see it, and that's what Purirun does during lunch break. And, Purirun sneaks up in the wall. Girl, Purirun is so funny. And Purirun is watching everything from the back. And it's just so funny how serious Kokoro is as the president. And she showcases the merch that she does. That merch is buyable. You can buy that Ken badge thingy. You can buy that. So nice product placement right there. And then they're all watching the performance of Kyoa Idol. They're like, Zettai, Zettai. I even have my light stick here with me. I'm just like them. Zettai, Zettai, Idol, Idol. Because I love Kyoa Idol as well. And the passion is there, and Purirun sees it. Purirun follows Kokoro after school, and we have a very funny scene of someone from the dance club wanting to recruit Kokoro. She does not want to be part of the dance club any longer, even though she is very good at dancing, because she is someone who is now following the passion of being a wata, who watas are idol fans, passionate idol fans. And she is a passionate fan for Idol and Wink right now. And she's been like with this passion, and this is making her heart go kyun kyun. And it's funny because, not funny, but interesting that the subtitles chose to keep kyun kyun as kyun kyun, because that is going to be relevant for her character, obviously. But there are other ways of translating that, but they decided to keep kyun kyun because that's going to be her Cure name. We all know that. And then she meets Purirun at the idol store a little later. She sees and she recognizes Purirun because Purirun is now kind of famous as well. And after that, she ends up talking to Purirun. She knows that Purirun is real. And she does not question anything about Kiraki Land. She does not question about Purirun being a fairy. No. For her, what matters is the idols. And she really wants to meet both Idol and Wink. And Purirun is able to create this bridge between them. And we have a very lovely scene of Purirun hugging Nana and, pleading for them to go. And that's what happens. We have a beautiful moment of both Cure Idol and Cure Wink going to meet Kokuro. And I love that scene for so many reasons. First of all, I really like how they both descend from the stairs like they're goddesses. And Kokoro's faces, Kokoro's expressions, and how happy she is to be close to her idols, to be close to those figures that she loves so much. That was so nice. And what I loved the most about that scene is I was very happy when we had an Idol season being announced. First and foremost, because I am a very big Idol fan. I'm a Wata as well. And so I love idols. I love following idol groups. And when Kokoro is talking about her passion for both Idol and Wink, she tells them that she keeps on thinking about them while she is at school, while she's brushing her teeth. Every moment of her day, she is thinking about the idols that she loves so much. And that happens, not with that intensity, obviously, but we get powered up, we get fired up, we get more courage in our lives thinking about the idols, remembering their songs, their performances. The energy that they give us is real. And even one of the voice actors, I think it was Takahashi Minami who said it, who is the voice actor of Cure Wink, when she goes to an idol concert, she comes back home full of energy. And that is so real about an idol. Loved that moment. But there was something even more important than that, which was she kept on saying that she is someone who, when she sees Cure Idol and Wink, her heart goes kyun kyun, and she doesn't really know how to explain that. For her, that is a feeling that is very important, and that is a feeling that is overwhelming. It takes over her. And Cure Wink winks to her. Cure Idol holds her hand and says thank you to everything, for all of her support and everything else. And then after they go away, she starts to understand. Kokoro starts to understand what she is truly feeling. And she starts sharing those things with Purirun. To her, seeing both of them, seeing them perform and seeing them sing is important, and it makes her heart go kyun kyun. And now she understands that it does it because that's what she wants to do as well. She also wants to perform. She also wants to stand on stage with the idol PreCures. And another thing that I really liked is that there is some sort of focus on Idol in this episode in terms of being the idol. Like her song plays more whenever they are watching the performance. It's Idol's performance. And whenever they're like mentioning the idol cures, they mention Idol more. But when Kokoro is talking about them, she talks about both of them. She talks about the Zettai idol moment in Cure Idol, but then she mentions Cure Wink drawing the staff for her performance as well. So her attention is for both of them. That's really nice. That just goes to show that she is a true Idol fan, not Cure Idol, but Idol in general. And so really liked that. And she understands that her feelings are because she wants to be on stage with them. She wants to be together with the idols that she loves so much. And we even have some cute moment of her being dressed as idol on a stage. Very cute. Loved that. And that happened because Purirun showed her that she can be on stage with them. And Purirun, that was very funny when Purirun talks to her and says, well, you can audition to be an idol. And she's like, oh my God, I'm going to audition. And Purirun like, you pass the audition. And she was like, girl, I didn't even audition. That was very funny. And Purirun gives her the idol heart brooch. Oh my God. And then we see the girls talking to Tanaka later, and Tanaka shares that Purirun had another idol heart brooch, and that was probably Purirun's idea, and that was truly Purirun's idea. I really like Tanaka's role so far in the season. Very cool, kind of like a mentor, but not really trespassing what he can do as a mentor. He's really taking the sidelines, and I like that a lot. And very powerful. But more powerful than this episode is an idol group that is standing the test of time. More than 20 years active. Today, in the current episode of Idol Corner, we're checking out this idol group. It is finally time to talk about one of the most legendary idol groups to ever exist. In today's Idol Corner, we talk about Morning Musume. Starting way back in 1997, Morning Musume, or Momosu for short, is one of the most iconic idol groups. With a rotating member lineup, Momosu is known for standing the test of time, always changing and experimenting with new sounds. The flagship for Hello Project, Momosu is very important and relevant for idol culture, showcasing idolness through generations with their songs, performances, variety shows, and more. Momosu has previously collabed with PreCure when they sang Ima Koko Kara, the theme of PreCure All-Stars Haru no Carnival. Morning Musume is definitely one of the biggest idol groups. For more than 20 years, they have set up the tone and created and molded idol culture. The group has changed and evolved. The members are constantly evolving as well. This is definitely the idol group to know. And if we have to talk about song recommendations, it is very hard, but I am going to choose my personal favorites. So I would recommend the legendary Renai Revolution 21. My personal favorites, Mikan. And Resonant Blue. And the super lively, ephemeral Saturday Night. Morning Musume is truly, truly incredible. It's very hard to talk about them, but I had to bring one of the biggest idol groups ever to grace our Idol Corner. And now back to the episode. We have a Makuranda attacking, and it's very funny that this time we did not have the inclusion of the victim of the week in more of a preeminent way in the episode, which is not a problem. And another thing is that usually with the victim of the week, Purirun always sees how they're sparkling, how they're kira. And in this episode, Purirun was able to see Kokuro. And Kokoro's sparkle is different because the kira are all colorful and very pastel. But her kira was purple and like a very strong purple. So the kira of a cure can be a little different than a regular kira. And so when the Makuranda attacks, Purirun feels it and makes Kokoro go together with her to where the Makuranda was. So far, the idol pre-cures to Kokoro were Cure Idol and Cure Wink as performers, as people who stood on stage, sang and danced on stage. Now she starts seeing a different side of idol pre-cure. We have her watching the Makuranda attack relentlessly. And that was very scary. It didn't take long for both Uta and Nana to arrive. Uta wants to transform. Nana's like, we can't transform in front of Kokoro. And Uta's like, girl, we have no time. And then they both transform and they start fighting while Kokoro is watching. The Makuranda was interesting. When the Makuranda threw the hat, I was like, oh, One Piece. But when the hat started cutting off so many trees, I was like, no, that's not One Piece. That is Kung Lao from Mortal Kombat. Honey, what was that? But truly, the fighting scene was a delight to watch. Cure Idol and Cure Wink were so cool in this fighting scene. They did not have trouble at all. They were just fighting. And it's funny because in this fighting scene particularly, they didn't even have to use their secondary attacks. Cure Wink did not have to use a shield. Cure Idol did not have to use her Super Idol Punch. Nothing. They were just fighting and they were just escaping. No trouble at all. The focus was more on Kokoro. Kokoro was watching everything, amazed, but not in a good way. The things that she liked seeing her idols do is different now. They're fighting, they're punching, they're kicking, they're jumping. And then at the end, Cure Idol starts performing and Kokoro just watches her performance. And it was very nice that they added that touch. In the middle of Cure Idol's performance, we could see Kokoro in the audience. But she looked confused. She looked stunned, but not in a good way. And then after Cure Idol beat the monster, we had Purirun in her Chibi Moon moment. And it really reminded me of Pink Sugar Heart Attack from Sailor Moon S. If you watched the original Sailor Moon S specifically, you know what I'm talking about. And then Kokoro is just stunned. She falls onto the ground. She holds onto the idol heart brooch and she just says, my heart isn't going Kyun Kyun any longer. That to me was a shock. It was truly a shock. I truly believed that it was going to be something like, oh my God, my idols are so sparkly. They're so shiny. I'm not going to be able to be as good as them. So I'm not going to perform. I don't want to join them. I can't. But it felt a little different. It felt a little deeper than that. She was at a loss for words. She couldn't see herself doing what the idol cures are doing. The idol pre-cures are doing. And I am right now imagining why. The episode did not show us. It just gave us a little hint on to Kokoro's heart. But we do not know the actual reason why she felt so scared and that was so impactful to her. What actually happened in her head and in her heart at that moment? I feel like next week's episode is going to give us the answer. But truly, this was incredible. Wow. What a moment. Her watching the fight, like all of her excitement and her passion for the idol cures after watching the fight was gone completely. And it didn't only feel like an expectation break. It did not break her expectations. It was not only that, or at least it didn't seem only that. I believe there is something more. And I believe this something is going to be deeper looked into next week. No, not next week, because there's going to be a break in episode 7 in 2 weeks from now. So I really loved it. Kokoro is a really incredible character, and it was so much fun following her. She's very serious in things, and even though she's very excited about things, she's always real at the same time. She can keep her head on the ground and her feet on the ground as well. Like as the president, she's very serious at what she does. And when Purirun tells her, you passed the audition, she was like, girl, I didn't even audition yet. She knows things, and I feel like she knows a lot about her heart as well. She did not accept the dance club invitation either. And I feel like she's very level-headed, and I like that about her. She's intense, she's passionate, but she's not that crazy. You know, I'm loving Kokoro so much. What a character. What a cast of characters You and Idol is giving us. And I truly cannot wait to see where this story from Kokoro will lead us, because I am so curious to know more about her. Is this a trauma, or was it just something from the moment? I can't wait for the next episode. I can't believe there's going to be a break right after episode 6. Girl, I can't deal with this. Anyways, babies, this was my view on the amazing episode 6 from You and Idol PreCure. Please leave yours in the comment box. Let's keep talking about it. Anyways, this is it. Want to take this little time to thank the members of the Magical Cinema channel. If you are a member here on YouTube, if you're a member on Patreon, if you support me on Throne, thank you very much. Really, really, really appreciate it. You really keep me going here at Magical Cinema. And if you've watched up to now, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.